Welcome back to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Anime Review, episode number 34. Reviewing the 27th episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind, which is also the 140th episode of the anime, King Crimson vs. Metallica. This one picks up where last week's episode left off, where you have Daspero taking on the leader of the hit squad, in sort of a very strange battle of wits. This guy, Rezero, basically has metal popping out of Despero's body. First pair of scissors coming out of the man's throat. And then there's razor blades. And uses tried to kill him. And of course, the guy proves how much of how much insane he is. But first, okay, let's have him talk to a frog used as a phone, and then he said to use, after the frog gets killed, okay, what we use next to sort of talk to himself. How about take out a used cigarette? Yes, I'm not kidding about that. A cigarette to use as a phone. First a doll, and then a frog. Now a cigarette. What's next? A rock? It's a possibility, but it's weird. Yeah, he says, oh yeah, you can't take him on? I'll be there in a few seconds. How close is this guy? Because here's kind of the thing. If someone is far away and not their location, it does not take a few seconds to get there. Because clearly, he's in this man's head. And of course, Aressa points out, though, yes, this man's clearly insane. He's got multiple personality. That is actually indeed true. He indeed does. Also in this episode, we see Baraki appear for him, Abido, and Naruto, who actually appear in this episode for a couple brief scenes. We see Little Bomber flying around, and Little Bomber is used to kill the leader of the hit squad. Well, basically heavily wound him after being shot multiple times. Yeah. Oh, I should point out that this episode is adapted from the second half of chapter 544, goes straight to 547. There's roughly 47 chapters left to be adapted. And according to what I've heard from two different sources, either one, there's exactly 12 episodes left for this entire season, or it's 13. Otherwise, there's really not much left. I think overall, this season will be done by July. Which means there'll be one show less I have to review. For a while until they decide to adapt part 6, which I still haven't finished yet, by the way. Yep. Normally this would be done on Friday, but I just didn't have time to. I only had time to just do Fairy Tail plus 2 comic corners. Yep. This episode overall was just okay. I mean, I think the biggest shocking thing was the leader of the hit squad being shot by a Little Bomber. Yeah, this is a bit of a lackluster episode. I mean, for one thing, it does feature the main character the whole entire part. No, he's actually absent this episode. He's not even mentioned. I mean, for Team Baraki, he only featured Baraki himself and 2 other people. I'm like, seriously? I mean, when they decided to break off on their own, away from the boss, they only lost one member, and he quit. And he wasn't seen again until, well, even though he did appear kind of the final arc that was seen for the entire series. But yeah, that was actually his last appearance. But in the case of these guys, I'm not sure where the heck Gorno is, or even Gorno, Mista, or even Trish. Those 3 are absent this episode. Oh yeah, and they're apparently near a mansion. Yeah, and here's the whole thing about this particular battle. It's near a place where Daspero met up with Trish's mother 15 years prior to the events of this particular story. Of course, this is back in the 80s. This is, of course, set in 2001. So, let's see. That's roughly in 1986. That's when they first met. Because this is, it's set in 2001, it's set 2 years after events of Part 4, which took place in 1999. And this part was released in the late 90s, though there was definitely chapters released in 2001, but I think that was when Part 6 was released. Yeah, I think it was when Part 6 was released. Yep. Yeah, like I said, just an okay episode. I'm hoping we finally get back to seeing the main characters of this particular story. Yeah, otherwise that's really it for this particular review. Not much else to say about this one. Yeah. That's the thing with JoJo's Adventures for this episode. Past couple weeks, not much happened. Yeah. In the case of this episode, I thought it'd be interesting, but man, it was okay and kind of boring. The part I found boring was the guy who was technically the start of the episode, and he's talking to himself. Not interested. Okay, so that's it for this particular review. I'm hoping to get time to do 2 more reviews tonight. Yeah, next one is going to be a review of the newest chapter of My Hero Academia, which will be the 225th chapter of the series. Okay, but this is the next review. Bye.